A fiery Mac with the speed of light, a cloud of interstellar dust, and a hearty, I am not an animal, the lone DOXX Report. As I give, so shall I receive. As I take, so it shall be taken from me. It doesn't matter what I think. What do you think? If you want to change your world, your day-to-day experiences, you must man up. Change your thinking. DOXX Report. Leadership, discipline, diligence, integrity, civility. My trusty Indian companion tickers, as we ride the plains of the YouTube, searching for truth and honesty, and we lead by example. The Lone Ranger. Leadership, discipline, diligence, integrity, civility. Right tall in the saddle, self-respect, character matters. Hi-oh, Silver, away! The Masked Man. This is the new and reset independent self-fund nonprofit, non-monetized, non-aligned, informative, semi-entertaining live DOXX Report. The DOXX Report encompasses citizen journalism with commentary, opinion only on topics that interest me. And I had to come on tonight. There's a lot going on. One YouTuber, I believe, is near a nervous breakdown. Self-inflicted. Police are called, and let's see. I made some notes here. Let's go to the notes. 9-year-old sells his soul, his perceived soul, not his real soul. But he's in trouble. He's in big trouble. Watch Nicholas claims police involved in his life from his YouTube streaming. Mortys diner set to open. Yes, that's true. And adult management returns to AC3 Live. Let's start there. Okay, with the adult management. Well, the only adult over there this evening was Tanzil, and he was on prior to going live with Mr. Bateman. So they had a full panel over there. Who was not there? That's right, DOXX Report was not there. So the adult was in the room. It was Tanzil, because this guy, he's dysfunctional, completely dysfunctional. He is so messed up. And so he's hired 2 contractors, right? He had Mr. Bateman and DOXX Report. They're technically not his employees, but it's his channel. And he won't discipline either one of them unless he absolutely, or at least paid to do it. So the adult came in, Tanzil is back. He's back playing the cat and the mouse with Archie. He's going to keep him afloat, so he can be tortured further. He won't get him therapy. No, I won't do that. Oh, hey, Archie, why'd you sell the potato? Oh, what's going on? Tell us, Archie. So he's back manning the ship, pumping up the failed enterprise. And let's see, what do we got here? Let me turn it down. Let me turn this down. Okay, 9-year-old, why did you sell it? Okay, why?
Needed the money. I could tell you this, YouTube is not the way to fund your career, your lifestyle. It's hit the shit.
Interesting quote. Fund your career. What's wrong with that? What's going on in his head when he says that? No. A career funds your life. That's how you pay the bills. So I think what he really means, or what he's thinking of, or my interpretation of that, I should say, my speculation is that's how you, when he says fund your career, it's how you fund your facade. His career in his head, he thinks he has a career in his head. So he can wear the suits and wear the watch and, have people think, oh, this guy, man, he must be successful. No, he's not. He begs on YouTube. Now, what's he really going to end up doing with the money? Who knows? And if there's a hold on it, a banking hold on it, that's kind of interesting. That's what the bank will tell you. But if he owes money to the federales, the tax people, I don't know how it works in Australia. But if you owe money here, and you put a big deposit in your account, because I've talked to this individual. I've talked to guys one guy in particular. And he settled with the IRS, and he goes, we had a deal. No. No, the deal is, yeah, but you can't sell assets. Once they see assets being sold, they grab the money. Absolutely. But in his case, I don't know. That's pure speculation. And we do have comments, and I do appreciate you commenting. But so that's really that's bigger news than than him selling a watch. Because he's in deep psychological trouble now, because that's his identity. Now, Lex, you have watches and you have flashlights and you have... Yeah, but they're not my identity. I enjoy them. I don't take them on trips. I don't take them to the beach. I don't kiss them. That's his identity. He's lost his identity now. He is on very shaky ground. And then he claimed, from what I heard, because I can't listen to the whole thing, because it all turned into, it was spot on, because you got an adult back there with Tanzil, so it was spot on watches. There was no talking of Watch Nicholas. There was no talking of the friction between Bateman and Lux. It was all watches. So you got somebody who can captain the ship over there. Because he's not going to do it. He doesn't know how to do it. He doesn't have the tools to do it. He's dysfunctional all the way around. So he claims he's going to pay off the BMW. Well, that's misleading right there. You don't pay off, you don't own anything. You're not purchasing the BMW. You're settling the lease. You're paying to get out of the lease, I believe, because when you run, and I think he's going to Indonesia, because I also think that's where DOXX Report is. He's not in Thailand. I believe him to be in Indonesia. What good is a BMW? You're not taking it with you. You don't have the money to ship it. You can't afford it. So you're not going to store it unless it's in your dad's garage, and he's not going to let you do that. All right, 2 comments. Oh, jeez. Take me to your diner. Oh, I got some news on that. But, here's Mookie. There's Mookie. Mookie, let's do it together. Hold on, where is it? Oh, don't tell me I deleted it. No.
Aumuamua.
Amuamua.
Aumuamua.
Amuamua.
Aumuamua.
Amuamua. Hey, Blondie, Mookie's here. Say hello to Mookie, Blondie. Excuse me, Daphne, please. No, not Blondie, but, well, it is Blondie, but it's Daphne. Daphne, say hello to Mookie.
Hello, doll.
Ooh. She's happy to see you. I got news on that, too. That's... they finally released the. Let me read that. I'm not going to read you the article, but they still don't know what size this thing is. They finally got the Hubble Space Telescope. Now I'm talking, and it's even stranger than Oumuamua. It's much larger. It's unbelievably large. Hubble telescope. They finally. There is no cometary tail, so it's not behaving like a comet. About a month from now, it'll be on the far side of the moon. So it will be unobservable from Earth. October 3rd, it'll pass within 29 million kilometers of Mars. It had the highest resolution image taken. And the only the elongation of the glow is towards the sun. Well, that's the opposite of what a comet does. The 3-eye atlas shows substantial reddening. The reddening must originate from the solid surface of the 3-eye atlas. Now, if you're going to do interstellar space, there's a lot of radiation, so some think, you need a nice, that good chunk of rock. That's great protection. That's great insulation, right? So based on the lighting, it follows that the brightness of 3-eye atlas implies a surface diameter, of 20 kilometers. It's huge. Let's see, on August 8th, it even suggests up to 46 kilometers. They still don't know what it's made of, and they don't know the exact size of it. But the mass of the 3-eye atlas is 1 million times larger than that of the previous interstellar comet 2I Borisov. So it'll be interesting. I loaded up on toilet paper today, just in case it doesn't come out on the other side of the sun. I got water and I got toilet paper. I'm not kidding, by the way. I was running low anyway, just well stock up, because that'll be the first to go. And the cloud, there's no water vapor, very little water vapor with this thing, because they did analysis, and very little carbon monoxide. It's all carbon dioxide, and it goes out to a distance of at least that halo around it of carbon dioxide, 348,000 kilometers, no water. That's the news on the whole world's watching it. It'll be, let's say, I would love for it to stop behind the sun, because what would be, there's no explanation other than one, that it's under control somehow of intelligence. But they're not going to admit to that. When I say they, the governmental bodies, they'll come up with something imaginative. What else can I say about the 9-year-old? Let's see. Yeah, he won't take disciplinary action against his contractors. He doesn't know how to do that. So Tanzil had to come in and right the ship. Bart Simpson, pour some of that brandy on your cornflakes. Now, I took a Tylenol today. I don't want to take alcohol with acetaminophen. I did have a chicken salad, toasted a couple rolls, a little chicken salad. I was hungry because I took a nap. It was a productive day today because of course, I get up early, make the bed, push the water, hit the fitness center. I have a 10 o'clock appointment at the bank. I'm switching banks. I'm going to go to a new bank. And so I did the workout, and then I went up and got coffee and breakfast, and then I stopped by and did some shopping, and then I came home. And then I got to recover. I mean, the coffee helps me. And it's because I have, it's not pain. I wasn't in pain, but it's discomfort. And my muscles hurt, and the muscles are tight. So what I did was I'm drinking my coffee, and I realized I got to be there. I got to get to the bank. So I couldn't even finish my coffee, but I spent an hour with her, and it was pretty interesting because I had to get together my trust. I have to the beneficiary, because I don't have family, so I guess the trustee, and they do it a little different there. But she was very helpful, and then and also, now get this. Now, and I'm an EDMM, okay, but if you apply for a checking account online, you get $400. So why would I pass that up? So I did it online ahead of time. But then I want a savings account too, so I look at it and there's a regular bank savings account, and then there's a money market, which, one pays 0.01%, the other one pays 3.75, or better. So I went in there and I said, well, okay, the savings account then with the low interest rate, that must be FDIC insured. No, they both are. Well, then why would I take that one? I would take the money market if it's insured, right? Wouldn't you do that? So that's what I decided to do. But it cost $15,000 to do it. So while I'm sitting in there, and thank God I brought the checkbook. I got a credit union in another state. So I says, well, yeah, but I'll have to switch the money into the checking account. She goes, well, you got your phone? I go, yeah, well, you just do it on your phone. I go, oh, okay. So I took 15 grand and it's instantly available. But if I do that, yeah, I guess it will work at the bank I'm leaving. So I did that, wrote her the check, got the deposit, but I got zero in both accounts right now because it's going to take time for it to go in there. So it's $250 for the checking account. Then I'll start funneling money in it. So I did this the night before, and I thought, well, since I'm doing this, I'm going to switch my Social Security payments over to this new bank. And since I opened up the checking account, I got the routing number, the account number. So I went online, took care of that. So that was pretty cool. So I'm going to cut all ties with the Bank of the Villages. That would be Citizens First Bank. When I got here, that was the Villages Banking. And now they're being taken over. They're merging, but they lose their name. So that means, a lot of employees are probably going to, there's a redundancy. So that's going to save costs right there. People are going to get the axe, and it won't be on the new one. The new bank is Seabreeze. Seabreeze is acquiring Citizen First Bank. Oh, okay, that's fine. But they're not acquiring me. I'm not going to hang around. So I'm getting out of it. Now, let's see. What did Loose Tooth say? Yes, take me to your diner. Okay, let me give you the news on Morty's Diner. Morty's Diner. Let's go to Morty's Diner. I'm going to go over there. I don't need to take you there. I got to get his quote correct here. 2 days ago, Morty's Diner. Greetings, everyone. I hope all of you are doing well. Morty's Diner will be reopening in September after the Labor Day holiday. That's this Monday, right? The menu has been updated. The bathrooms have been remodeled. The new content will be astonishing, and the guest list will be staggering. Till then, Morty. Really. See, this is the perfect opportunity. I should have got the Galaxy Grill up and running. Oh, God, let's get rid of him. How do I get rid of him? Let's go back to the beautiful lanai. Got my feet up, looking out. Beautiful. Is that a sunset? I think that's a sunset. And that was Amuki. Bart Simpson. Pour some brandy. Yeah, I don't need brandy. Then I wouldn't sleep correctly, and then I got a Wednesday off. The good thing about going to the bank today, I didn't have to do it tomorrow. So she lives in another town, and so she called me when I went online, and I made an appointment for Wednesday. Well, she called me, and she said, "Well, can't you come over Tuesday?" So sure, but I want the $400. I mean, why would I? Like JJ says, well, if there's if there's $100 on the ground, you pick it up. So she says, well, you only get that if you apply online. So I did that all online. Shot in the Dark is greeting. It says hello to myself, though. Thank you. Hello to Shot in the Dark and Loose Tooth and Mookie. Oh, what's the other news? Well, we'll get to watch Nicholas, but he turned it. He gave. Well, guess who's over there right now? Eddie and Uzi, and so he gave them. Let's see. Where are you, Eddie?
Hey, can you guys hear me?
We hear you.
Sorry, I don't know what happened, man. Had some kind of problem with my hardware, man. What are you guys up to tonight?
Well, I'm running a stream. Let's see. Hello, Shot. The Shot is greeted back by Loose Tooth. Mookie says, top of the Amuamua to you, Shotty. Now, I never said the aliens were infinite intelligence. They're of a higher intelligence. There's only one infinite intelligent, which encompasses all. 80 never calling. Good evening, docs and friends. Well, thank you. You know, I had a shot. I could have, this guy, Morty, he takes a month off, and he thinks he can just come in and unlock it and fill the house up. I missed my opportunity. If I could have got a co-host, and if I could have get my naps, I could have come on at night. If I could have got Daphne over here.
Hello, dog.
Then I could have maybe, I could have opened up the grill, the Galaxy Grill. But the diner, really, is the diner quality, that high a quality? A grill, a Galaxy Grill. I could have, would have, should have. Shot in the dark says hello to 80 never calling. Up early, docs? Well, I took a nap at 5:30, got up at 7:30 in the afternoon. Because I had a long day. And I finished off the coffee, got home, and then you have to go in, because when you set these accounts up, there's external accounts. And then you got to put your passwords in, because I want to be able to transfer money around. I don't want to have to just walk in. I want to just go online and transfer the money. So it agitated me. I wouldn't say pissed me off, but I don't have patience. So I go into Fidelity. They used to have their own semantic app known as VIP, a code generator, and that's the only one they allowed. Then they decided to allow, you could use any one you want. You want to use Google or Authy. So I switched over to Authy, and I deleted my VIP app. So I go in there to go do an external account, and it says put in your VIP code. Well, they must mean the new one. No, they mean the VIP code. Well, you told me I could use any generator I wanted to. So I had to call them up. And then she says, well, we can't take it away until you call us. But they don't tell you that. And I go like, well, how does that help the consumer? You allow me to get rid of it, but you don't tell me I have to call up to have you remove it? Even though I can log in with it. But to do things within the site, I have to, and then she says, okay, get out of that. Okay, now you can use it. I go, thank you, but geez. Yeah, but I would never, the super banks, Wells Fargo and America, what's the other one? Bank of America, no way I would join those. Those are, this is not one of those. This is kind of on the East Coast, this particular bank. It's better than a toaster. Kramer only got a toast. No, he got $20. Gampers is excited to see Morty's Diner return. New menu. I sure hope my signature sandwich finally makes the menu. Well, he didn't say anything about himself. Did he say as well? Let's see. I hope all of you are doing well. He never does well. Let's see. Morty Diner will be opening, blah, blah, blah. The menu's been updated. The new kind of stuff. Yeah, he doesn't talk about himself. 80 never calling. I'm thrilled Morty is well. We assume he's well. And bringing us incredible content again. We miss our friend Mortimer. Mortster? Gampers, if you had property stolen, would you still say that you own said property? Weird. Oh, I didn't hear the whole show. I just heard him telling about the BMW. Because I don't, first of all, it's a 9-year-old. You never trust a 9-year-old. And he is on very shaky psychological ground now. Because he got rid of the most important, and I'm not exaggerating here, the most important, because everything is an object to the narcissist. Object in his life was that PATEK. He doesn't have, and he's got to get rid of the Beamer, and I think he's going to go overseas. So he's going to pay off the lease, and so he can walk away from the Beamer. He claims, but we'll see. I don't think he can. He's going to crack, and he'll have to buy something. He has to somehow substitute for that loss of that PATEK, because that was everything to him. So let's see. We'll get to watch Nicholas here in a minute. Oh, let's see. The second show, we got Wrist and Red. I like to say Nancy and Sluggo. They did very well on the new channel, Wrist and Red. Let me go check them out. For their debut, they have 1,700 views. That's pretty good. And then she went out of town or somewhere. So guess who stepped in for him? Tickers. Did well. They got 536 views. So that was okay. Comments? Well, now, Plastique, I don't use Plastique as a source, so he's making really outrageous claims about the stolen property, but I'm not gonna give any oxygen to it. It just seemed like a slip. He was quickly corrected by Tenzil. Good to hear. And is back on the program. I don't know who that is. I follow the channel from a distance. I can't watch all of it. You know, I can't. Some of the people on it, I'm not going to sit still for. I can't listen to. And we're going to get to watch Nicholas here in a second. So while I'm at the fitness center, they keep running this Cracker Barrel controversy, and I go, "Oh, what's it? Cracker Barrel? Oh, they don't like the logo. Oh, and I'm thinking, why would the media cover this thing?" And it's like, here it is. Now, on the left is the old logo. On the right is the new logo. So they got rid of the senior person. But I don't think any senior really gives a rat's ass whether that's up there or not. Is there, what's the media trying to stir up? I mean, are they that desperate to turn the seniors on? And the woman is the new CEO, but they haven't changed it yet. And it's an old country store is also underneath it. So the new one it's more modernized. So what? Still, when you go in, well, at least in the villages, of course, here it's always elderly in there anyway. But can somebody fill me in? I really don't understand this at all. Like, what's the big deal? The computer club I belong to here at Del Boca Vista, you know what they have as a logo? Dinosaurs. Dinosaurs. And I says, I was kind of making a joke. I says, I'm not a dinosaur. I take offense to that logo. And they defended the logo. They see themselves as dinosaurs. I don't. Because I can adapt, I can change, I can thrive. And above all, I can say it with gusto here. I am not an animal! You know it. Well, I'm not saying you are. But plastic is on other channels. I mean, really some, and I'm not going to reward it. I'm not going to pass it on. Again, because I'm not giving credence to any wild theory. I simply find it odd. Yeah, well, he is odd. Like he says, how to fund his career. I sold it because I have to fund my career. Well, fund your career? Well, That doesn't make any sense. He's kind of discombobulated now because, again, you lost the love of your life, let's say. Your dog, your best buddy, your wife or something. In his head, everything's an object, and the most precious object in his head was the watch. It's gone. He doesn't know how to replace that. Media comms on DOXX. CEO is entirely woke. Well, what does it represent? Media, come on, DOXX. CEO is entirely woke. I didn't know that. I don't follow her. I don't listen to them. So they took that offense. They want to be part of the local, the elderly. I can't think of one elderly person that is anybody on the other side really covering this? I still don't get it. To erase the old logo and what it represents. What does it represent? What does it represent to you? To me, it just says Cracker Barrel. I didn't. There it is. It's an old guy. It's not a sophisticated person. Okay, he's leaning on the barrel. Okay, but does that upset me? I've eaten there a couple times. That doesn't upset me. Get rid of it. Oh, well, okay, I just caught that, Gampers. Yeah, that would upset. Yeah, if the stock is tanked because of her terrible leadership. Oh, well, that'll get her fired. Now, why is that, Pavel? It's a good thing Mortimer refused your show's sponsor offer, as is his custom upon receiving gift offers from DOXX. You would have sponsored 2 months of sparsely posted vegetable photo. I would do the best I can, but listen. Maybe I bit off too much. I wanted to be executive producer, and we couldn't come to terms on the money. I should have. There's a lot of different producer positions that I should have probably, in hindsight. So let's see, such as, I think I got a list of them here. Here we go. Now, I'm not a fan of Hollywood at all. Come on, how can I expand this? What the hell? All right, I'll just have to squint. Okay, I shot for executive producer. There's also producer. There's co-producer. There's line producer. There's associate producer. There's supervising or development producer. There's coordinating producer. See, the whole point was to get to get him interested in what's the correct word? Selling those positions or collecting a monthly fee for those positions, and that would have increased his revenue, right? But I shot for the top. There's segment producer. There's a field producer. And he could have instead of doing the sandwich thing, because nobody gets the sandwich, but for a monthly fee, you could gotten your name on his show description. That was the whole point of it. But I guess he wanted to get all the money from me, and I wasn't going to do that. Well, he did take down those vegetables. Uh-oh, Mr. X. Let's see. Of the meme coin. I'm not up to speed on that. I don't even want to put it up there. Let's see. But he will have a public company that buys more of this. I'll have to research that. Now, according to Mr. X, Trump just did a deal for $6 billion of the meme coin, Kronos, Trump coin, and a Millennia coin. They haven't done that. The Millennium Coin hasn't done that well, but he will have a public company that buys more of this meme coin to keep it going. I would never buy a coin. I wouldn't mind one of the hats. And I showed this on the last show. He has a section in the White House where he has his Make America Great hat collection. I thought that was funny as hell. And he was showing world leaders. Okay, Gampers, back to Cracker Barrel. Stock has tanked because of her terrible leadership. The media enjoys that when companies tank. Well, I guess if they're woke, that would be different. Yeah, I haven't heard her speak on anything of wokeness. I really did. Today it is soaring. Why would it be soaring? Did she get fired or something? Or they're keeping the logo? Gamper, so it's a story worth covering, particularly since the leader of the free world has weighed in on the topic. Well, I didn't hear that either. I can't listen. If I hear it, but he weighed in on Cracker Barrel? Keep the old people on the logo? Oh, you cannot believe some of the people down here. I mean, I thought, Las Vegas, yeah, it gets pretty rough at night. You go into an all-night store, you see some things or in the casino, they're having their oxygen bottles and they're playing the slots. But down here, because you got a mix of the real country, like the Floridian and elderly population, and it's you just got to shake your head sometimes. Here he is, GD, the Argentine peso cannon. No, I have not. That's coming up. GD, have you already commented on beach ball calling the cops just like Dick Higgins? Well, I put that behind me. And now he's comparing that, and he was mentioning my name. I think it's totally different. I put that out of my mind. I let it go. I forgot it and let it go. I think if it's true, and I don't know, and that's what his claim is. If the cops, have they contacted him? The police? Now he's in, and this is not doxing him. I think we all know he's in California, Northern California. But we'll get into that. Okay, Gampers, I appreciate this. I really do. The logo represents traditionalism. Sometimes a cigar isn't just a cigar. Traditionalism. Okay. So you can't have anything new? You violate tradition? Something new? They got rid of the barrel, the cracker and the barrel. Oh, wait a second. Let's go look again. Well, you got the words, Cracker Barrel. Oh, they got rid of the cracker. A Florida cracker. Did it start in Florida? They got rid of the cracker and the... Okay, wait a second. Let's give that its due. Here, wait a second. I'm sorry. Now I get it. Pavel, they got rid of the cracker and the barrel. There you go. That was, drum roll, worthy. Okay, but why would that upset anybody? You're going to have change. You can't stop it. Change. You adapt. You go with the flow. You're built for adaptation. He who lives in the past has no future. Oh, I didn't know that. Shot in the dark. I'll have to go back in there. I mean, I like that food. It was good, but the chairs are hard. I mean, they were hardwood. They were hard on my ass. Those chairs, solid wood. Shot in the dark. Cracker Barrel changed the menu and don't like the new food. Really? Okay. Well, change is good if you make more money. If you're a CEO. Gampers, thank you, CEO Shoddy. Cracker Barrel is just warming up frozen food in the microwave now. Nah, well, I don't... Listen, I'm a bachelor. I mean, when I go to a restaurant, I never think it's been boiled in a bag. I mean, it's very tasty to me. Well, you may have forgotten, Docs, but we don't forget. Says GD. We have not forgotten. You got to let it go sometimes. Now, that doesn't mean you let them back in your life. People confuse that. They confuse forgiveness with, oh, it's all right, come on back in. No, two different things. Two different things. This is Higgy free. It will always be so. And I'm just not. Now, if he's in the news story, that's his fault. Pavel, we will remember the dastardly deeds of Herr Higgins for you, dogs. I don't want to go back there. I've shared. Do I still have my statement on that? Maybe. Did I get rid of that? I hope I didn't get rid of that. Here we go. Let's see. Press release. I guess I got to read it again. I'll have to read it again because I'm not going back there. This is dated Monday, October 19th, 2024. On or around June 28th, 2024, I was notified by YouTube I received a copyright strike on my video entitled Peekaboo Higgy Baby, and the said video was removed by YouTube. The removal request was issued by Jonathan Quell Higgins. The video was a result of a live stream, and I had simulcast on the YouTube and X. The video remained on X. The YouTube notification contained two options. One option read, you can also contact the party that removed your video and ask them to retract their removal request. This option I selected and sent Mr. Higgins an 11-word email. He rejected my offer. On July 16, 2024, I received a phone call by local law enforcement and was notified they had received communication from an individual very concerned, worried, fearful of my internet activity. This person gave law enforcement my name, address, and phone number. The officer identified him as Jonathan Quell Higgins. Real name though. I offered to give the officer his real name. The officer indicated they have it. The officer, in explicit language, stated they were not requiring me to stop any of my online activities. It was their duty to alert me to the situation. In other words, well, you know what I mean. On or about July 31st, 2024, I was contacted via an end-to-end encryption and zero access encryption email by an interested viewer. I did not know this person's identity. All I have is the email address. I only received attachments. One contained Mr. Higgins' real name and residential address in Germany. I replied to his email by only saying, thank you very much. I replied to his email, this involved individual. On August 1st, 2024, I addressed a letter envelope to Mr. Higgins' residence in Germany and mailed it that day, United States Postal Service. The envelope contained a one-page colored announcement front and back flyer of the Orange Blossom Opry located in Weirsdale, Florida. I was eagerly awaiting to hear his reaction. Days, perhaps a week and a half passed. I heard nothing. I was contacted by a third party I will not identify, requesting to speak with me. We agreed to a time. I spoke to him privately via StreamYard Sunday, August 11th. He was cordial, and it was a pleasure to speak with him. After the friendly banter, the reason for the call was DOXX versus Higgy. We had a discussion of this topic in very general terms. Was a solution possible? ? I had only one condition, which I said in that 11-word email to him, and that was to drop the copyright. August 12th, 2024, I received email notification from YouTube. Good news! Jonathan Quell Higgins has just released their copyright claim on your YouTube video. I immediately deleted Peekaboo Higgy Baby from X. I deleted photos, art, and images of Mr. Higgins from all posts on YouTube, X, and Rumble. I deleted files and folders off my hard drive. DOXX versus Higgy is no more. It's over. I reserve the right to cover Mr. Higgins as I would anyone else who gets themselves in the news. After all, I'm in the news business. Now, my question to Watch Nicholas is, what do you want? I mean, you're on a crusade against DOXX Report. First of all, I don't know what he did to you. Can anybody say what he really did to him? And to do 6 hours, 8 hours, and it goes on and on and on. Now, it does raise money. It's a good lead-in. It does raise money because here's what he made for the last week. And we're not doing Playboy to Go-Go. He made in the last 7 days $2,172. Yesterday, $436. Today, revenue $290. So it pays, but I don't think he's acting. Now, I can hear those people go, well, it's all orchestrated. You know, I don't think so, because you can hear it in his voice. I think he's near a nervous breakdown. And he said he's going to step away from YouTube for a little bit. Good. I think that's a healthy mental thing to do. But what do you want from Lux? Do you want an apology to let it go? Or what do you want to do? And then I heard it with my own ears. Watch Nicholas says, I'm just going to cause his problem. I'm just going to do it. Just go after him every day. I'm going to, you know. Well, that is cyberbullying. But what's the goal? What do you want? What do you want me to do? Go away? No, just don't watch Archie's show. You're the one that involves yourself with Archie. You send money, you're out drinking, and you send $1,000 to Mike the Snake. It goes to, what's his name, Bateman instead. That was your fault. Once again, you involve yourself. Just leave it. Let it go. I don't think he can. Got some issues. But it's totally different than me and Higgins. I wanted something, he wanted something. So it was a win-win. Bill West, soulless logo on the right. Nothing. What do I say? It's a logo. It's something up on the board. Now that's a different issue. If the food has changed and they're pushing woke policies, that's a different thing. But the logo shouldn't upset anybody. But you know, what was the other big one? There was one really bad logo, or was it Coca-Cola or somebody? I can't remember if it was Coca-Cola or Pepsi. They changed their flavoring or something. Oh, yeah, they got rid of Classic Coke. Yeah. That was a big mistake. So I get it, but it's, I don't go in there so long. I don't go in there very often anymore because it's a long line and the food is good, but I'd rather go to Billy's Cafe. I'm not picking on the Amish. Okay, I'm not picking on the Amish. Gampers, the Amish live in the past, don't they? They seem content. Many similar examples. Okay, all right. If that's what they like to do. I like learning new things. So does that mean they know everything, or they're just content? Are they happy? Is there a difference between contentment and happiness, or I don't want to know what's going on? I'm not criticizing the Amish, okay? Well, I got to have a chair for my back. What kills me is the booths. Hey, never calling. It always breaks my ass when these restaurants have such uncomfortable chairs. It's like they don't want you staying too long. Yeah, keep it moving. Keep it moving. Eat, leave a tip, and get out. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm learning a lot tonight. Really, Doxy, it's about erasure. Who is being erased? Why? Who is being promoted? Why? Eyes open, Doxy. You can't erase anything in your heart. What's in your heart? That's the only thing that counts. That is eternal. Nobody can touch that. I mean, you can, listen, I can walk down downtown Las Vegas, and I don't agree with the culture. Doesn't bother me a bit. I got my foundation, rock solid. But if you can be put off balance by a logo, I don't know about that. Most YouTube videos are now generated by AI. I'll tell you what I will agree on, that most YouTube videos, the content can be said in 2 minutes, but they want to do 20 minutes or 30 minutes. Is that the way he talks? Okay, I'll give you credit for that. Here, let me give you credit for this. Let me set this up. Pavel, I always wondered if his email to DOXX's local law enforcement began with, hello and good morning from Germany. But I've just forgot about it. You know, you move on. Now, that doesn't mean he's allowed over here. Who wrote this email, Docs? Oh, who gave me his information? I don't know. It spooked me. It spooked me because it's like, you know, you think you're good at finding things, you know, and you know how to, and I'm not a hacker. I mean, I know how to find things online. I know how to do data, find, you know, data, because I got a big screen. I know where to look, and I can look court cases and find things. But there's people out there that's nothing to them. I think it's the same person who found my college graduation picture. I didn't even know I had it. There I was. But no kidding. And it was, I deleted it all, you know, but it was great because, anyway, it's resolved. I don't know. I do not know. The answer is I do not know. And when they send you something for a Proton Mail, there's no way to trace it. I have no idea. Little Dave, I must be allowed back at diner when it reopens. Don't know. I mean, if you misbehave, if you got banned, maybe an apology would be in order. Maybe make an apology to the owner, owner operator Mortimer. Do I have anything else to say about Watch Nicholas? Let me think. What else was I going to say? I showed you the playboard. If you're at war with somebody, how does it help you if you have a stroke or your mental, your equanimity? You know, relax, take some time off. But if I go over to his channel, let me go to here. For now, he did this for a solid week, okay? So you go to Dewey's Live. Okay, here we go. Let's see. He did 10 minutes talking about the police report. Okay, Lux. He did 3 hours, 33 minutes on Lux 11 hours ago. A day ago, he did 6 hours, 20 minutes on who? Lux. 1 day ago, he did 3 hours, 33 minutes, who? On Lux. He did 6 hours, 7 minutes 2 days ago on who? Lux Report. He did Easy Company Takeover, OC Spin Strike, blah, blah, blah. That was an 11-hour stream. Now, I'm sure Lux was mentioned in there somewhere. 6 days ago, Watches and Drama, Lux Report, Attack Sig. It's 5 hours. So that's a lot of energy, and he gets really wound up. And it's like, again, what did he do? What did Lux do to him initiate all of this? I don't know. And I'm not listening to an 11-hour stream because if he can't say it concisely, I mean, okay, what did he do? Very simple questions. What did he do? Don't give me, just in a short sentence, a synopsis. What do you want? Do you need something from him, or you just can't walk away? Simple question. AD never calling Little Dave, why can't you join us at Mortys? Well, he was trespassed, as I recall. The Higgins dossier was deleted. Well, there's some information I don't need to know, and I forget it. It's like, why would I need to know that stuff? And if I told you what was in that, in other words, the capability of this guy is top notch. I mean, I receive things that I didn't want to see, and I'm not talking about said item, but I mean, there's just. So in other words, what he found on Higgins, I'm sure he could find on me. Absolutely. So you got to be careful what you say on these streams. Just be genuine. If you're genuine, you won't have a problem, right? Just come in, have a good attitude. And if you're a grifter, then just admit to it.
We like to call it here, keeping the grift alive, and help fuel the grift jar.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm not playing clips. I'm definitely not playing clips. We're not playing clips.
People have feelings, Nick,
Yeah, I'm not playing clips. I'm definitely not playing clips. We're not playing clips. Well, not from Archie. From other people, yeah, but not from Archie. Not from Archie. No Archie clips. Definitely no Archie clips. But there's plenty other stuff. There's other stuff.
People have feelings, Nick,
There will be far, far more members-only streams going forward as we seek quality over quantity. I'd rather have a stream with 10 or 15 great people than a stream with 50 or 100 people who don't matter. And no offense. I mean, there's high-quality viewers, and there are, different people.
Hello, doll.
There are winners, and there are losers. That's what it's about, fuckers.
It doesn't matter.
But nobody listens to him when he says it doesn't matter, because to him it really doesn't matter. Nothing matters to him but his precious watch. AD never calling. Are you still my friend? Little Dave needs friends. I need my little friend Dave. I need my friend Little Dave to have fun. AD, yes, I'm your friend. Little Dave says, cool. Always and forever? Really? Oh, okay. He's making a lot, damn. Oh, on the, 2 grand. Yeah, but then the money doesn't mean anything to him, really. Then he gives $1,000 to Mike the Snake and then says, oh, that's okay, I'll give another 1,000 to, something wrong there with Watch Nicholas. I'm sorry, there is something wrong. Pablo, last 7-day expenses through $3,700. Well, I think that was a different case. Well, TPG thought he did. Floodland did he cyberbully TPG? I think that's a little different case. TPG thought he did. But what he's doing to Lux, I mean, well, let's put it this way: the franchise club is doing to Oshin, but Oshin must like the attention. because he doesn't strike them. We all know about Lux. That's it. Watch Nicholas is not least telling me anything I don't know about Lux. Okay, he is a complete snake. I wouldn't trust him on anything. He did call me. He contacted me, wanted to have a phone call, and I said, "Talk about what?" First, what do you want to talk about? And he just started cursing me and, F you, and you destroyed my channel. It's like, he's not, there's something else he wants. I would never get involved with this guy at all. And why do I think he's in Indonesia? Well, let's take a look. Now, this is Florida. You have a thing in the window, a device to go through the toll roads. I haven't been through a toll booth yet, but I did purchase it, and I do have some money in the account when I go through it. So I get a warning. Today, you still have an outstanding traffic ticket pursuant to Florida Administrative Code. Do you pay all? We will take the following actions: report to the violation database, suspend your vehicle registration, suspend your driving privileges, pay a 35% service toll booth. You may be prosecuted. Please pay immediately before enforcement to avoid license suspension and other legal complications. Reply yes and open this message. No, you never open shit like that. But see, some seniors do. But this person, that text came from a phone number, international code, Indonesia. Now, what a scam that is. Because you just send enough of them out, a certain percentage you're going to answer, right? let's see. Oh, thank you for commenting. This would have been a bad show. GD, the Argentine peso cannon. Mike the Snake gets $1,000. Mont Blanc pens, crappy, nothing. Gets nothing, nada. Well, yeah, and I think he can handle that. But what he can't handle is you're playing his material and getting paid. That he can't handle. And I can see his point on that. And by the way, his name's Morty. Pavel Morty gets relentless denigration by those people. GD, are those people still those people? Well, maybe to Mortimer, yes. Well, I always told him that you just don't watch it. How can it affect you if you don't watch it? Well, other people are listening. Well, let them think it. In a way, it's advertising to your show because they'll come over and say, well, this guy must be really bad. And they go over and listen to you, and they may subscribe. AD never calling. It's hard, GD. AD never calling. Denigration is an understatement, Pavel. I know. Some of the stuff, I can't explain it. Pavel, to describe further, might ruin the diner theater atmosphere regarding Uzi talk. Can you imagine Eddie and Uzi doing a stream? I mean, are you asking for trouble? Big screen, infinite intelligence, Amua. No, infinite intelligence is also spirit. The surprising thing, it's loving. That's what blows me away. Oh, really? SRV. Stevie Ray Vaughan. Oh, okay. 80 never calling. In this day in 1990, Stevie Ray Vaughan and others were killed in a helicopter crash in Wisconsin. It was a sad day. I took the next day off work and drove around all day listening to Stevie Ray Vaughan CD. I can get attached to music, to melodies and that, but not to the people I've never met. I mean, it's tragic, right? But I think he hit it this time, GD. Timmy, Tin Cup, Panhandler, trust-funded Marxist. Nah, see, you didn't make it. It's Timmy, Tin Cup, Panhandling, trust-funded Marxist airport lounge scrounger. No, not really. No, I'm not. No. I may have heard some of his songs. Maybe I didn't know it was him. Docs, were you a Stevie Ray Vaughan fan? I'm not a fan of anybody, really. A fan? No. Sometimes when they hit a certain melody, you know, that I'm a fan of that particular song, but not of the artist. What between? Can you imagine Watch Nicholas on the stand? Can you imagine DOXX Report on the stand? These are hostile witnesses, Your Honor. We can't get a yes or a no out of them. Pavel, imagine the courtroom presentation of evidence in these cases, a surreal scene. Oh, and the judge has to go listen to it. But I think he does go over the top. At some point, it becomes bullying. Yes, it does. Now, in the case of TPG, but he's running a con, you know, so nobody else was shedding light on it. But we don't really know what Lux does in the background or what he's truly up to. But again, what was the first offense? And more importantly, what do you want? What do you want? You're sending him money. They're going to end up with that. Oh, that's another thing with the 9-year-old. They're both contractors. One contractor can't tell the other one what to do. But if you got a strong owner, which is Archie, which he's not, and that's the reason Tanzil's back, to straighten things out. But in a way, Archie should have got a cut, because the only reason Watch Nicholas knows anything about Bateman is because he's on the Archie Luxury Show. Remember Howard Stern, and he had Jackie on the show, and Jackie would get deals for motels and trips, and Stern says, "I don't want you doing that." "Oh no, it's just between, you know, they were just being nice to me." No, they're only nice to you because you work for Howard Stern. The only reason we know anything about Bateman, he's on Archie's show. So he could have, now, if he would have known the cult rules, because he is working for a cult, he doesn't know that, but he is working for a cult, is you go to the cult leader and say, "Hey, I got $1,000. What do you think, you know, is your part of it?" Now, if he says 1,000, just walk away. Take the money and just leave. You know, or negotiate with him. But any secret you've told him, Mr. Bateman, anything, when you leave, he will tell all of us. But what would be appropriate? Like, give him $250, or give him half. I don't know what it is. I don't know what he wants. But he's not even thinking about that now, because his whole life is crashing down. Everything is crashing down. Anything he buys is to make himself feel good. Beamer's gone. Not going to feel good anymore. The PATEK, it's gone. Now, what's going to make him feel good now? He's got to buy another watch. If he stays too much longer in Australia, he's going to do that. He's got to get out and get overseas. That's what he's doing it for, but we'll see. He may not make it. AD never calling. OC lays out the new terms of the Nielsen ratings. 15 good listeners who are fine. Who needs... Uh-oh. And Darth Diggler here. Daphne, say hello to Dirk.
Hello, dog.
Now, that reminds me. She was on the franchise club just a night or two ago, and she has a new neighbor. I thought it was Skippy. I thought it was her sister. It was Skippy and Daphne all over again. No. But she seemed different. You know, it was a neighbor, but she makes a perfect Skippy. And she turned the camera on. So I put a timestamp if you're interested, if you want to go over and look at it. That would be the Franchise Club if you want to check out Skippy and Daphne. Now I lose. I was going to take. I can't. If I take a clip and put it on X, I don't. I'm going to lose. She's got a lot of fans, so I got to let it go. But I can direct you over there. AD. That's right. None of them. Yeah. Mac Lobster. Hello. No, I don't. I'm not a fan of The Rancher. I'm not a fan. I saw him over there. I didn't listen to it. That was. I did see Lux and Bateman go at each other, but again, it's the channel owner that just straightened that out. But he's a 9-year-old. But adult authority is back over now. Is he going to stay there? I don't know. And they didn't have Lux on last night or tonight. It was Mr. Bateman. And they all gathered around the 9-year-old. Oh, why did you sell the watch, Archie? Oh, this is so nice. Oh, Archie, why did you do this? You know, what are you going to buy, Archie? What are you going to do? He's gonna run is what he's going to do with the money. Let's listen again.
I needed the money. I could tell you this. YouTube is not the way to fund your career, your lifestyle. It's hit the shit.
Yeah, your lifestyle is over. No, I did not see it. Okay, I really don't watch it. I couldn't resist with Skippy and Daphne. I had to watch that. Once I saw that, I was kind of skimming through it. Once I saw that, I thought I got to have this. Now, Daphne was in pretty bad shape. You know, she was in bad shape. The Friars Club, the Franchise Club is fairly positive, O'Sheen, lately, except for the obsessed guy who masquerades as the demon from The Exorcist. There, coverage is mostly funny and lighthearted. Yeah. Well, that would be. Well, Watch Nicholas is not that way. Oh no, Lex! I don't want to go to Alcatraz, Alligator. Are you an illegal, Dirk? Careful, little Dave. AD is rethinking your earlier statement, his earlier statement. Little Dave, it was way worse before when they painted him constantly an anti-Semitic. Well, have you ever heard of Young Brando? Young Brando watches. Let's see. He doesn't think much of Archie's show.
I don't know. I've not. You know, with all due respect, I have not watched your show for years now. I don't know if it's a vibe I like. I don't know if I like the people. I've always, you know, I'll be very honest as well. I've always hated about 80% of your audience, anyways.
Sure, I understand.
I think they're illiterate. I think they're stupid. I think they're anti-Semitic.
There you go. But you know what Archie really believes?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Just send the money. AD asking Dirk. Oh, Loose Tooth is saying Uzi's very pleasant now. Maybe he's on something. Darth Diggler, yeah, Patrick. Bateman is streaming 20 hours out of 24. He is getting snippy. I give him another 30 days before he breaks. Well, Tanzil is now back, so he runs the show. When Tanzil wasn't there, when there's a power vacuum, then Lux runs it. Archie doesn't want to run it. He doesn't want the responsibility. He's a 9-year-old. Let's see. Let's see. Some regrets. Okay. I don't think I put that up. Little Dave, some of my comments are being deleted by YouTube. Well, that should tell you something, shouldn't it, Little Dave? Here, well, depends what you're putting up there. It's done it to me on my own show. I used to. It says, it said it's. I can't remember what it said. I thought I was a bot or something. It's weird. Yeah, I have blocked some words. You want to know what they are? I'll give you some examples. Let's see. I go to my own channel. I got transparency over here. I'm not going to say it's somebody else. I'll take responsibility. Settings. Community moderation. Let's see. Blocked words. Here you go. Yeah, I don't like Bitcoin talk, for one thing. So I banned Bitcoin. I banned cryptocurrency. Blockchain bomb. Let's see. Führer. Yeah, I blocked the Hitler. Kill. Yeah, and if you're putting up people's names, that's not good. I banned narc. The name narc. Nazi. Just to give you a scumbag. Just to give you some ideas, okay? In a parallel universe, Nikki saw through Uncle's grooming and the vet visit, and none of this would ever happen. We can't blame this on Happy Meal. He got really ticked. I'm talking about Watchnickets. Got really ticked off at Lux. Okay, we all get ticked off at some. I got really ticked off at Timmy. I got really ticked off at Higgins. Then you got to decide, what do you want? You want an apology? You'll never get that. So you want to go to war and lose your mental health? You want to go to war to where the police are now summoned? There's got to, you got to think through that. AD, that's right. You may see them, but we can't. That's true. It doesn't mean I have to read them. I can see them, but I don't have to read them. People, when you come back, you can read them. Well, I think he looks like him. I love the Nancy and Sluggo analogy. Well, they had a heck of a first show, though. And that's the only watch channel in the Archieverse that actually had a sponsor's coupon. You got 20% off on watch cases. Archie's never gave you a coupon. Timmy's never given you a coupon. 20% off. So they got a corporate sponsor. And you get something in return. What do we do, an hour, 20 minutes? That's pretty good. Darth, help. Call my attorney. Little Dave, a young Brando is exaggerating. Well, he said it. Those are his words. Biden, no, Biden's allowed here. Mookie's laughing. Kamala, oh, Kamala's allowed here. Quite an assortment. Epstein, now you said the magic word, now you get the prize. Oh, I got rid of it. I should have kept that. What did I do with it? Let me look. I got this. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go get it. I should have known better. Oh, sound effects. Don't tell me I deleted it. Ah, shit. You know, I should ban it. That's a good idea, though. Okay, I got to go check the trash. Don't you hate it when you have to go through the trash? Still looking. Still looking. Okay, you know what? I found it. Let me add it. Here we go. Darth Diggler Epstein?
Hey, can you guys hear me?
No, that's Eddie. I'm sorry. Epstein?
Look, the whole thing is a hoax. It's put out by the Democrats because we've had the most successful 6 months in the history of our country. And that's just a way of trying to divert attention to something that's total bullshit.
And the vice president says to Dirk,
now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Oh!
Oh! Oh! Oh! Oh! Oh!
I had it. I just noticed it. I had it. I didn't have to look for it. Well, he got trespassed. It would have been easier just to do the banned words and he could hung around. You have freedom of speech from government persecution. But this is my channel, my standards. Little Dave must have been on a roll with those bad words. Oh, really? I haven't heard that one. Pavel Bateman went from Archie's fanboy to stabbing him in the back in record to where did he stab him? When did he stab him in the back? Past AC3 runners all gave it at least a month before turning for money. He didn't ask for the money. No, he wasn't soliciting. He was the object of the attack or the victim in this case by receiving $1,000, if you want to call it a victim. He didn't ask for the money. He was quite flattered that he got it. But he doesn't know, even though he's an independent contractor, he's in the cult, in the cult of the living dead, run by the beast of Brisbane. He wants his cut. Now, Lux doesn't deserve a cut because he's just another contractor. But the guy's channel, the only reason Watch Nicholas even gave it to you is because you're on his channel. So I think you do owe him some money. Now, how much is between you and the 9-year-old? Chatterbait ain't free, Pavel. You get up at 4 a.m.? I thought you were in tech. Is drywall tech? Darth Diggler, off to bed. Got to get up at 4 a.m. I got to hang some drywall at a new McDonald's. Oh, McDonald's. Okay, you're a blue-collar worker. Nothing wrong with that. No, we try. We don't even get a customary. How do you pronounce that word? Let me look it up. Let me see here. Hang on. Profligacy. And thanks to Nikki's profligacy, we don't even get the customary explodes excommunication. What the hell does it mean? What is the meaning? The act of spending money or using something in a way that wastes it and is not wise. Well, that would be our Nikki. Oh, I'm getting tired. How long have I done? 1 hour, 26 minutes. Oh, I didn't. Well, man, you're watching closer than I am, Pavel. Bateman, Mr. Bateman facilitated Nikki's poaching Eddie on yesterday's dungeon. Even admitted he would need to scrub the evidence that he did so. Bateman facilitated Watch Nicholas to get Eddie onto his stream? Really? Okay. Well, it's the channel war. It's the late night war. This is like Carson and who was the other who did Carson battle against? Well, anyway, these late night shows are producers. It's guests, who can get the guest. It's an Office Space reference. Now, you're a drywaller. Admit it. Off to bed, got to get up at 4 a.m. I got to hang some drywall at a new McDonald's. I don't think so. There's nothing wrong being a drywaller. But I do got to get up at 4. Well, get to bed. All right, we're pushing up against 1 minute, 1 hour, 28 minutes. I thank you for joining me, and now I got to get this Epstein clip away from Eddie. Eddie's opening words tonight on the Watch Nicholas stream.
Hey, can you guys hear me? Sorry, I don't know what happened, man. Had some kind of problem with my hardware, man. What are you guys up to tonight?
Well, it could have been worse.
Because I went from hero to zero overnight.
Hello, dog.
All right, 1 hour, 29 minutes. Any further comments? I think I've covered it all.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Well, it sure does matter.
I needed the money. I could tell you this. YouTube is not the way to fund your career, your lifestyle. It's hit the shit.
There are winners and there are losers.